All right, USC, Illinois. We've got USC 7-point road favorites, 59 the total in this game. I mean, this is all about heart and pride, and showing some respect for yourself if you're Illinois. You got to answer the bell after a game like that. You got it absolutely handed to you. You got fucking stuffed in a locker. That's what happened to you last week against Indiana, 63-10. And look, Illinois was playing some solid football. That was a solid. Now, lots of turnovers for Duke, but still to beat Duke, that was a good win. They had been beating up the teams they should have. For me, I had hesitation to lay points with it. Now, I had Indiana in some money line parlays because I expected a close game and a close Indiana win, but I didn't expect 63-10. Didn't expect a blowout like that. But that was damn impressive from Indiana, and it was obviously bad from Illinois' standpoint. What happened? Defense just got blown off the line of scrimmage repeatedly in that game. No pass rush on Mendoza. He had time to throw the football throughout that game. Luke Altmaier was under pressure for a good majority of that game for Illinois. So it was the whole gamut. There's nothing they did well. Offense struggled. Defense couldn't stop them. And that's how it ends up being 63-10 last week in favor of Indiana. This is all about for Illinois. Do you have the pride? Do you have the bounce back ability to put on a good performance here and a strong effort after a loss like that? If they do, they're live, because we have talked about and look, last week, offense looks great once again versus Michigan State for USC. Jaden Maiava, man, he looks great. Mekhi Lemon, the Williams, the running back. I mean, they've got a great offense, and they are just lighting up the scoreboard week in and week out. And Michigan State doesn't have a great defense, though, and they were playing a very late West Coast game, 11 p.m. Eastern. That game started Saturday night at the Coliseum, so that was a tough scheduling spot for Michigan State. But still, this USC offense looks terrific. Their defense, though, Purdue moved the football a little bit and had 3 red zone turnovers against USC. Otherwise, Purdue would have put up more points in that game. Yeah. And I thought against Michigan State, there were a few more holes in that defense. Like Aiden Childs was moving the ball, at times for Michigan State.
Talked about it
in that game.
Defense is not good.
So
this defense is not good.
Defense has got some holes now. Let's be honest. The USC defense has not been spectacular here these last few weeks. And we've mentioned this before in games. And Purdue, by the way, the last time USC made this road trip to either the Midwest or the East Coast in the Big Ten against Purdue just a couple weeks ago, they did not cover, laying big points there, 21. They are now, if you include that Purdue game where they didn't cover 2 weeks ago, they are now 0-4 against the spread as favorites on the road in the Big Ten in the Midwest or in the East Coast. And they're 1-3 straight up in those games. The only game they won was Purdue straight up. And they're 0-4 against the spread. And last year, they lost all 3 games that they made a trip to the Midwest or the East Coast. They lost all 3 games outright as favorites against Michigan, against Minnesota, and against Maryland. I mentioned that previously, talking about USC making this road trip in the Big Ten when they go to the Midwest or the East Coast. And they haven't covered a point spread. 0-4 against the spread in the Big Ten, in Big Ten play since USC joined the conference in games either in the Midwest or on the East Coast in Big Ten play. So so right away, I'm not taking USC. Just knowing that. Right away, no chance I'm on USC. None. Zero chance that I'm laying 7 in this spot with USC. Not to mention it's 9 a.m. Pacific. This is Big Noon Fox. Gus and Joel Klatt on Saturday. Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt's game Saturday afternoon. So this is a 9 a.m. Pacific time kickoff for USC.
Is it 12:30, right?
Yeah, Pacific. 12 noon. Big noon game on Fox.
Yeah. 12:30. Yep.
Gus and Joel. So for USC, there's a 9 a.m. Pacific game. So this is Illinois or nothing for me. I'm just trying to decide if I want to take Illinois, but it's the only side I'm considering. And I wouldn't be shocked if they're in this game. I think you got to show a little heart, little pride. That's embarrassing last week against Indiana. I think there's enough holes on this USC defense that Luke Altmaier can have some success. So definitely leaning Illinois +7. CMAC, what do you think?
All right, I'll just tell you, I'll take it. I'll take the 7 here. I think after getting their ass kicked, and I think this line would have been shorter if that game was tight. You know what I mean? I don't think it would have been 7. I think it would have been 3.5. The defense is just, maybe it's a 59. It's high. It's just back and forth. And of course, that's how SC wants to play.
I could only take the over because I think the offenses can move the football. But here's the thing: it's the noon start, and we saw it with Texas Tech, Utah. They looked like they were in a coma, in a fog for half the game. The offenses.
Yeah, sometimes the crowd's just hype defense after just, I'm sure all week. Defensive practice will be, crazy for Illinois. So I'll take them here. I mean, SC's very talented. They have a very good offense. They start the year, 4-0. I think they lose outright, but I'll definitely take the 7.
There you go. Maybe outright. That wouldn't shock me. We saw this USC team last year losing to Maryland on the road. Okay, Maryland on the road in the Big Ten.
Hey, shout out to Maryland since we're not on a Maryland game this week. How about that?
I think that's more
Maryland. I was just about to say. I was going to say it. More Wisconsin. How shitty there.
I think it's more bad Wisconsin, but like I said, still credit to Maryland. Nice win for them. Not even a sweat, outright as underdogs against Wisconsin last week.